Hey everyone, so today we're just going to be doing a small little reveal video. Here we have a new collaborative figure that was revealed by Hasbro. It's part of the 40th anniversary of G.I. Joe, which I'm really not familiar of at all, so there's a few aspects of this figure that I really do not know whatsoever, but of course there's Megatron, so I really know that figure quite well. So here we have the Transformers Collaborative G.I. Joe mashup, the Megatron, H.I.S.S, Tank, and Baroness, I think that's how you say it, or Baroness, I'm not entirely sure. Sorry for botching that name. Of course, that character is from G.I. Joe, so that's why I do not know how to say that name. But here we have Megatron. I think he looks really cool. Just a side note, I really hope, and I think this would be an amazing idea, to get the Megatron from this figure. Of course, it would require a ton of resculpting and changing, but I would love if they got the Megatron from this figure here and put it into a future Megatron, maybe part of Legacy, in any part of the upcoming trilogy. I think that'd be really cool. I love the Megatron that's here, of course. Again, that would require a ton of remolding because the tank he transforms into is not at all like the tank we're used to seeing him transform into. But here he is. I think it looks really cool. Lots of really classic Megatron details. Of course, his fusion cannon, very simple design, really just gray and black. That's pretty much it. Of course, some nice red here and there on the legs. Got some red there. I think these are probably supposed to be like missiles or something. We have a little bit of red outlining on the chest, some here on the stomach, and of course red for the eyes. Lots of gray, looking really nice. Some black there. Looks pretty good. I like the Decepticon symbol. I think it should be a little bit bigger. Maybe I think it's a little too small for the big chest there. Legs done very simple, nice dark and light gray mixture, looking pretty cool. Of course, we have the tank treads slapped on the side, which is typically where we see them for like the Siege Megatron. We have them like that. For the arms, of course, we do have quite a bit of kibble going on, which that could become a problem for some people. I know that does look like a lot of kibble, but maybe just maybe you can kind of tweak that and move it around a little, like with Kingdom Galvatron, he had his tank treads on his the back of his arms, but you could kind of tweak them and position them to a little bit more of a collapsed, less noticeable design. So maybe you can neaten that up a little bit, who knows. Of course, also, with product shots like these, sometimes the figure is mistransformed, so this could be the unintended way it's actually supposed to look in the final product. So, of course, this could look completely different. But lots of kibble. We have a really cool turret on his back that looks pretty cool. And again, that classic fusion cannon done in black. So here we have the little G.I. Joe action figure. This is Baroness, I think. Again, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Of course, I do not know G.I. Joe whatsoever, so I don't know who this character is. I'm assuming this character is evil because she is with Megatron and is in a tank, so I'm assuming this character in the show or any version of G.I. Joe is an evil character. So, just a guess. But, of course, she comes with a really cool sniper rifle, which is pretty cool. Mostly done in black, lots of leather looking, some gloves, a vest, and a really cool design, a really weird design on her chest. I think that's like an eye with a sword. Not entirely sure about that. Sorry if I offended literally every G.I. Joe character. I'm sorry about that. Moving on to the tank. Here's the Megatron H.I.S.S tank. I think this looks pretty cool. There is one problem with this tank that I do not like. I really wish, and I hope they maybe finish or fix this, because actually in several images they do say this is not the final product, so maybe if there's enough feedback they'll change this. So my one problem with this is I do not like this. This obviously right here, these light gray pieces here, those are obviously, I'm pretty sure, his feet, and that does not look very good. No matter what piece it is, if it's his arms or his feet or his leg, I don't know, it doesn't look very good. I really wish there was panels to cover those up. Of course, if there was panel there, if there were panels there, of course, that would cause more kibble in the robot mode. So I do understand they do not want the robot mode to be super chunky and a lot of kibble on it. So I do understand there is some sacrifices to be made. But yeah, I think the tank looks really cool turret. Of course, you can put his fusion cannon on top there, so that's pretty cool how you can remove that. There is a 788. We have a lot of little decals and little designs. I also really do like the nice subtle detail of bolts on the side. If you can see them, it's a very small detail, but right along here next to that little 363 design there, I think that looks really cool with these little nice bolts on the metal. That looks pretty cool. Also, really nice clear plastic for the cockpit or seat. That looks pretty cool. That looks really nice. And of course, in the next picture, you can get that action figure, and she can store inside. And it actually looks like they kind of designed the interior. You can actually see, I think there's a little bit of a control system going on there, maybe a little steering wheel or something like that. That looks pretty cool. Very, very nice. And maybe, maybe there is a little spot where this turret section is. I think this can rotate, because actually, as you can see in this picture here, those turret section is facing back, when in this picture it is facing forward. So I think this entire turret section can rotate, which is pretty cool. I actually did not notice that till now, so that's pretty cool. And probably you can fit her inside there as well, so that's a really nice feature. Another picture of Megatron there, and as you can see, actually, you can see the kibble is slightly a little bit different in this angle. So as you can see, he's got like a little shield going on. Maybe you can remove that, who knows? And there is some of the pieces of the tank there. And I don't think that looks too bad. That's part of his shoulder. I actually think that looks pretty cool. And again, I think maybe you can remove that shield just like you can remove the fusion cannon. Who knows? Moving into the next picture here, we have the packaging art, which I think did a really, really good job with this packaging art. Definitely a very G1 vibe of this Megatron packaging art. It looks really cool. The nice purple grid system, very, very G1-esque. Love it. Also, the text. I love, love, love how they did the text. I know some people could not give a crap about packaging. I just think that looks really cool. One pet peeve of mine is I don't really think they need to have a section in the middle that says Hasbro. We know this is Hasbro. Everyone knows this is Hasbro. For G.I. Joe and Transformers, they have made them for years and years and years. We don't really need a Hasbro logo in the middle. I think that's completely unnecessary. I really would have liked if maybe what they did is they had a nice sliver in the middle where that Hasbro is. They could have had a window to show the character, or maybe had a piece of artwork of I don't know, Megatron, like he's transforming or something like that. I just think the Hasbro logo, that's kind of lame, kind of cheap. We don't really need an advertisement on the box. We know who it is, who makes them. But I think we do have a little display window of the character there, so that is pretty cool. But yeah, maybe some plastic window to show the character. I think that would have been better. But the two halves, that looks really, really cool. I think also maybe an accessory that would have been kind of nice for this figure. Of course, this is not the final product. We don't really have I don't really know the full understanding of what accessories come with this, but I think it'd be pretty cool if this character came with some blaster pieces, because just seeing this artwork here of the H.I.S. tank, it's firing all these blasts and, explosions. I think that'd be pretty cool if we got some blaster pieces with this, but that's just a matter of complaint. And I think that's pretty much it picture-wise. So yeah, as you can see, the kibble is a little bit oddly rearranged there. So that other picture that I showed you is a little bit more neat and probably how it should be. As you can see, unfortunately, the picture is cut off, but you can put the little action figure in that turret section. I don't really know why it's cut off, but if I go to the first picture here, you can put it in that little top section right there. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, overall, I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna get this. It's just I think all collaborative figures suffer from an overpriced problem, only except for one, maybe two. So of course there was the Back to the Future one. That one I think was a pretty good deal. It's for about 25 to 30. I think that's a fair price. I'm not a huge Back to the Future person, so that's why I have not bought it. And of course, there was the Jurassic Park one. That one was way overpriced. That was like $115. It should not be priced that much. I'm going based off, of course, the class, because of course, in that pack, it was a leader and a Voyager / kind of deluxe. So honestly, that really should have been about $90, maybe $100 max. Of course, deluxes and a Voyager almost about $20 or $30. So it really should not be $115 like it was. We also had the Vampire Dracula one. I think that one was reasonably priced. The problem is most of these are exclusives. I think the Back to the Future one was a Walmart exclusive. This one, I don't think it's an exclusive actually, but it's still probably a hard to find item. The Jurassic Park one was an Amazon exclusive, so you get my point. I think for the price, I don't think this should be $90. I really don't. Just putting into the account of the size. I didn't watch the live stream, but from what I've heard, it's about a little bit over 9 inches tall. yeah, that's a fair size, but I don't think it should be $90. Like, just put it into account. Jetfire. Jetfire is like I think about um maybe about 15 inches tall. I think. I don't know. He's pretty tall, like 12 to 15. I'm pretty sure. And he is nowhere near the size. He's not a 9 inches tall. He is way taller. Way, way, way taller. This is yes, this is cheaper than Jetfire, but they're almost, pretty much saying like the price wise, it just doesn't make sense. You know, I did actually probably pay it for Jetfire about $90. So yeah, I don't think this should be $90. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong, it looks cool. I'm just trying to summarize all my points in my head. But yeah, it's not nearly the size of Jetfire. I think I paid. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. I think I paid about maybe $100, maybe like 85 for Jetfire, maybe close to 90 for Jetfire. This is not worth it. And this is, of course, putting into account if you do not have premium, you're going to pay that $7 shipping. So this will probably, pretty much with tax and everything, this will round to be $100, which I do not think it's worth. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong. It looks really cool. Love the Megatron aspect of it. It looks really cool. The tank looks really cool. Just I don't like that front gray section there. I really, really wish they'd. I really hope they fix that. But of course, this does say digital render showing, so final product could vary. So I'm hoping maybe if they get enough response, people don't like it, they fix that. But overall, it looks pretty cool. I won't get it just because $90 is a lot, and I would much rather probably spend $90 on a legacy figure that has, that I could buy several or one really good commander class, like maybe the upcoming Motormaster that's supposed to be the next commander class. That's going to be really cool, and I think will definitely be worth that price point of $90. My personal opinion, I think it should probably be about 50 to 60 max. It is a 40th anniversary, so I know they have to add on that anniversary price point of extra money on there. And of course, it does come with a little action figure, and it is big. It's probably a little bit bigger, maybe just as big as the leader class. So I'd probably say around Rodimus size, commander class Rodimus size, probably around that size. So yeah, I would say about 60 max, 65 around there. Just keep in mind shipping. Yeah, so it has sold out. So I just seem like a lot of people like it. I think by appearance it looks pretty good. Ignoring the price point, it's pretty cool. Let me know what you think of this collaborative in the comment section below, and I think that's pretty much